Hi, we're Rich and Jackie from Early Retirement Wanderlust, and we are currently out in the French Alps skiing from the village of Arc 1950.
And what we want to do in this video is to give you a flavour of what we've been getting up to on our family ski holiday, to show you around the village and give you an idea of the accommodation that's available here. So Arc 1950 is a purpose-built ski resort, and it is one of the most modern ski resorts in the Paradisky ski domain. It was built by an American company and it has a very quintessentially almost Disney type feel. It is beautiful. The accommodation is all of a really good standard, and it ranges from 1-bed apartments all the way up to 3-bed apartments that sleep 8 people. The accommodation is currently run by Pierre Vacances, which keeps a really good standard of accommodation throughout the village, and each of the apartment blocks have their own leisure facilities. So we are lucky enough to have a pool, a hot tub and a sauna within our facilities. Last year we actually had it in our own accommodation block. This year we've got to go next door through a covered walkway and we are using their facilities, but it's quite nice at the end of a ski day to just have a bit of a soak and a steam. With Arc 1950 being at an altitude of 1950 surprisingly, although there is rumours it might be around about 2000, but that name's already been pinched, it is perfect for ski in, ski out, and you can literally step out of the accommodation door and ski down onto the slopes. With that in mind, each accommodation block has a set of ski lockers so you don't have to take your stuff up to the room. And one of the genius things for me as a driver is that it has been built on top of an underground car park, which is nicely tucked away, so you can get a lift straight to your accommodation, but more importantly, at the end of your holiday, you don't have to dig your car out of the snowdrifts.
So we've just done the longest ski run in the resort. We couldn't go right from the top because the Aiguille Rouge is closed, but Richard clocked about 6.5 miles.
Yeah, it was a beautiful descent down into Villa Rocha. But now we've got the world's longest and slowest lifts out, so we are currently paying for the joy because it is absolutely freezing. But blue sky day, so long may that continue.
The village itself has a great range of shops and restaurants, ranging from the really cheap snack bar, Mally's Diner, that we use quite frequently, right up to full a la carte posh menus for lunches and dinners. We did go to Boheme for one meal and it was absolutely delicious. It has lots of different shops, so if you need to hire skis, there's choice of 3 or 4 different places to go to, and there is a couple of really nice sports shops to buy ski kit if you need some. Rich's favourite place was the bakery. He was our little errand boy while we were here for the week, and he would do his daily little trek to choose his cakes. And I've got a feeling he was choosing himself some extra little snacks while he was there and eating them before any of us had even woken up. There is a small supermarket that is perfectly stocked with anything that you might need. We did stock up when we were down in the valley because we were driving up with our campervan, but if you're flying, obviously you can't do that. There are at least a couple of different ski schools, so if you're coming with your young family or if you are maybe wanting to just perfect your technique, you can range lessons from just having an hour lesson, one-to-one private, to a full-on week ski school with the children just learning to ski. We used ESF. One of our party who had lost their confidence a little bit just had 1 2-hour lesson and she was flying again, so I would highly recommend it, even if you are a good skier. And lastly, there is a lift pass office within 1950, so you don't have to trek all the way up to Arc 2000, and really easy to get your lift passes sorted as soon as you arrive.
So the bowl above Arc 1950 also serves Arc 2000 and it is absolutely beautiful. You can see pretty much all the runs from the bottom, and there are a range of runs from the beginner bowls, of which there are ample areas, all the way up to some pretty nasty blacks that we stay well away from. But for the intermediate skier like us, there are so many blues and reds, and they're just like motorways.
At the moment we are sitting on the Grand Col chairlift, which will take us up, I think, probably to the second highest point that you can get to in the resort, and it's got a nice red coming down from it and a really horrible black that I've not attempted, but lots of people seem to have fun on it.
The thing that we really love about it is there's always a progression route, so you can go from your greens to your blues to your reds, and within the colour bands there are a range of different routes. Some reds are not quite the same as others, as we have found out, but yeah, it's there's something for everyone here.
Yes, he did take me on a red the other day, and all the other reds are piece bashed, but we kind of went over the lip of this one, looked over, and it was just moguls the size of cars, and I wondered why people were walking back out of that little valley, and now I know. Of course, no ski trip would be complete without knowing where all the cafes and restaurants are on the mountainside. We've got our favourite. We tend to call in at Cafe Bull because it has really cheap coffees. It suits our early retirement budget. I think it's €1.30 for an Americano, and it does really nice pizzas.
And it also, little known fact, and I can't actually believe that we're sharing this on YouTube, is that it's not on the menu, but if you ask for a carafe of wine, you get 500 mils of wine for €8, so it's cheaper than drinking the beer. That's our top early retirement tip.
There are some other really nice restaurants as well. There is one that is kind of locally known as the Bakery, which has great big loaves of bread carved out, and they serve up stews in the middle of it apparently. That's supposed to be really nice. And right down below Arc 1950 there is what's affectionately known as the Fire Pit restaurant. It's got a huge fire pit inside. If it's a cold day, and we did have -9 one day, it's a great place to sit around the fire inside the restaurant with a nice hot chocolate or a pint of beer. Woohoo! I am so excited. Thursday night in Les Arcs is nighttime skiing.
We haven't done this for years, and it's only because we're staying in the village, so we've only got one run, but we are going to revel in it. It's absolutely freezing, but it's a bit of a head fry in terms of the senses, but we'll see how we go.
We have had the most amazing week in Arc 1950 with our family. It has been absolutely wonderful staying in a huge 3-bed apartment that we thought we'd have a bit of a look around.
We've literally just waved the kids off there on a Benz bus heading off to Geneva Airport, and we have got approximately 10 minutes before we've got to be out of the apartment. But it's such a wonderful apartment, we couldn't miss this opportunity for sharing it with you.
So we actually booked this apartment through Crystal Ski Holidays just as a standalone apartment booking, and we all booked our own flights and we've driven down. But you can book them through Pierre Vacances. The whole of the Arc 1950 resort is owned by Pierre Vacances, and we've seen them on booking.com as well. So there's lots of different ways you can book the apartments. As we said earlier, we are in one of the huge 3-bed apartments because there were 6 of us and 3 different couples. We didn't want someone sleeping on a sofa bed. We were actually skiing in the second week in January, which is one of the lowest weeks of the season, and we did only actually pay about £2,300. It does go up significantly in higher seasons, but if you can get it for one of the low season weeks, it is an absolute bargain.
The apartment comfortably sleeps 6, and each couple all had their own bedrooms. Technically, it sleeps 8, and this would be a sofa bed, and we think that it would be a little bit too tight for comfort in terms of trying to squeeze 8 people into this. We did have to pay a slight supplement for under occupancy with Crystal, but the benefit was definitely worth it.
All of the apartments in the complexes are self-catering. They have a really well-equipped kitchen. We have actually only eaten out once in our 7 nights here, and we have had everything that we need. We've even had a full roast dinner. It comes with an espresso coffee machine, which is great for in the mornings. And yeah, it's been a really good, comfortable kitchen to work in.
One of the things that we love about this apartment complex is that the larger apartments are actually duplexes, so it gives you that feeling of much more space than if it was all squeezed onto one floor.
As we said, it's a 3-bedroom complex. This is one of the bedrooms. Some of the bedrooms do split into single beds if you prefer that. This is the master bedroom. It has a fab ensuite bathroom, complete with a really nice big bath, which has been fab because I have had really sore knees from skiing. And each apartment block is on a different theme. We are staying in the Source de Marie apartment block, and it's supposed to be on some sort of Scani theme. And last year we stayed in an apartment block that was on a very Austrian theme. No matter what apartment block you're in, you do have access to a swimming pool and a jacuzzi, and they do provide you with a bathroom towel robe each and a pair of slippers, so it's easy to get them down to the different pool complexes.
And through this door lies a whole world of wonders. You've been waiting for it for quite some time. It is Rate My Shower. Welcome to the Pierre Vacances residences in Arc 1950. As you can see, a large ensuite bathroom with shower and bath. A spacious dresser unit which was well lit with ample power sockets. A large storage unit for all my beauty products. And a lovely hanging rail which always comes in of use. A simple shower arrangement running off the bath mixer tap. It's worthy of note, a very basic shower head for accommodation of this calibre. Quite small shower screen which did little to limit splashes and leaks. A nice addition of a storage shelf incorporated into the handrails. An excellent heated towel rail for warm towels after a shower. Who doesn't love a warm towel? An adequate number of very substantial hooks, and to finish, the pièce de résistance, a retractable clothesline for drying all that damp ski kit. So overall, strengths of space, hanging hooks, and as you would expect in a ski apartment, the temperature of the bathroom, but let down by the lack of controllable hot water through the bath mixer tap, very few care products, and although the bath drained really well, we were disappointed with the shower screen, which was a little bit too small from what was required. So overall, a very pleasing score of 43 out of 50 for the Pierre Vacances residences in Arc 1950.
I promised Richard that I wouldn't do another Rate My Shower, but there is actually a separate bathroom for the other 2 bedrooms. Ours was an ensuite one, and there are 3 toilets altogether, which is quite handy when there's a big group of you. So hopefully you can see we had the most amazing time up in Arc 1950. But for now, we are back down in the valley, and we have got 3 weeks skiing from our campervan.
The kids were absolutely thanking their lucky stars because we had just the best week on the mountains. We had blue skies all week, we had amazing snow all week, and it doesn't always happen like that. As you would guess, we would thoroughly recommend 1950 as a venue for a family get-together or a family ski, but we just had an absolute blast.
Next Sunday, we will hopefully take you on a journey where you can spend the day skiing with Early Retirement Wanderlust and see what we get up to, skiing from our camper van.
But that's it from us for now, so we will catch you later. See ya. Bye.
Bye.